Just got to get my water.
My dear fellow listeners, good evening once again and welcome to another edition of Let's Chit Chat with Narine Dat. Let's Chit Chat with Narine Dat is a Canadian initiative with a global impact. There are a few different ways to listen to us. You can listen to us on the regular dial, that's the radio, 102.7 CKMS FM. You can listen to us on Rogers Digital Cable for those of you who have the Rogers Digital Box on channel 946. And of course, we are also live streaming Chit Chat here, so do take the opportunity to share our page. We ask you to stay with us if you would like to learn a thing or two. However, if you are looking for an opportunity to vent out negativity, this is not for you. This evening, we have Sandra joining us, who is one of the 9 candidates running for the by-election in Cambridge for Ward 7. And that's actually happening tomorrow. So Sandra, welcome to our show. Welcome to Let's Chit Chat with Narine Dat. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, Narine. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. I'm so glad you took the time to join us. It is very much appreciated. I can tell you that much for sure. I know it will be a really nice chit chat here. Nice and easy, just as if we are having a chit chat in your living room. I can tell you that much for sure. So we're going to, of course, try to get to know you and as to why you run, why you put your name forward to run for this by-election and all of that. But before we do that, why not take a minute or two, introduce yourself to us. Let us know a little bit about you, some of the work you've done in the community, things along that line. Anything you would like to share will be great.
Yeah, thank you, Narine. I have 3 daughters and 2 nurses and 1 entertainer. Probably the city of Cambridge knows the company that my daughter and I work with, and we do a lot of volunteer work. She's called Miss T, the Bubble Queen, and we are the Bubbleology Show. So we've actually worked for all the libraries that in and around Cambridge area. In Ottawa, we performed for Prime Minister Trudeau and Prince Charles. That's just a small portion of what we do. I work a lot with seniors. So as a senior, I volunteer my time at the Alan Reuter Center, setting up the DART program on Wednesdays, and on Thursdays, setting up the WE program. I'm also a member of the Royal Canadian Legion in Hespeler, and I am a Legion member and volunteer my time. I'm a LA member, Legion, the Ladies Auxiliary. I donate all my time helping them work in the kitchen, cooking meals for various community fundraising opportunities, as well as giving meals to the veterans. And it's a lot of fun. I do enjoy that. And being that I have 3 daughters, I've spent most of my life raising them. I, at 39, went back to college, became a developmental service worker after my daughters were graduating, and worked in the senior homes as well as group homes. So I dedicated my life in that area. At that point, I decided to become more active in the sense of I became a certified Red Cross instructor to help save lives if need be. And also where I worked in the senior center and the group homes, I took a course in reflexology, so I'm a registered reflexologist as well. So I work on people's hands and feet and different parts of their body to make them feel better. I know it's hard when you become older, and I believe in life as a lifelong experience and learning. We continue learning all our life. Absolutely. And no matter what, I will learn whatever I can. And how I got into this area is I was volunteering a lot, and I heard a lot of people talking about the city of Cambridge, Galt, Hespeler, Preston, and a lot of our seniors do go to every one of these centers to be more active. But they were finding that there were less and less and less opportunities for them to go to these centers, and also how to get there. So I do drive people to and from if I have the time, but again, my time is limited as well. So they all came to me and said, we need somebody in Cambridge that will speak for us. And so I said, well, what do you want? What do you want to know? And they said, well, we need more programs for the seniors. Our vets are not being looked after as much as they should be. We need affordable housing. And, affordable housing is really a strong point with me. I just see it going up and up all the time. And people with disabilities, there's just not enough out there for people with disabilities, whether it be transit, whether it be accessibility into their homes or into stores. There's certain stores they can't even go into because there's no accessibility for them. So I said, okay, I'll give it a go. And even though I'm not in Ward 7, Montero was not in Ward 7 either, but he did a lot of great things for the community. So that's the opportunity. I decided, I came home and I talked and I said, okay, I'll go. So I went down to the city hall, filled out all the paperwork, and yes, I became a candidate. Now, with being a candidate, I'm also pretty, I'm vocal in a lot of ways, but I don't go and spend money on signs or getting my way of thinking out there. With COVID-19, you couldn't go bang on doors, so I couldn't go door to door and canvass myself. But I did not spend any money on signs. I just didn't think it was something I wanted to do at that point. But I have a lot of friends in Galt, in Hespeler, and Preston, Cambridge altogether. So I feel confident, and I'm just hoping that as a whole, we can all work together to make all of Cambridge, not just Galt, all of Cambridge, a better place to live.
Fantastic. So you mentioned something very interesting earlier. You mentioned about that you're not living in Ward 7, but just so you know, you and I know that it is not a requirement.
No,
that's one
I
of the
know that.
reasons why, one of the reasons why you become an eligible candidate, because that is not a requirement. One thing you mentioned too that I did not know, I didn't know that the fella who was in that role, I didn't realize that he was not in that
No,
writing. So that's good information too, you know. So you see, it's all
Yeah.
making sense.
yeah, yeah. And that gave me confidence, because, you know, I don't want to be in a riding where I'm not going to be accepted. But my viewpoints is, you know, I just want to make the downtown core a better place, a safer place for everybody to enjoy. My views on the drug part of it is we need a safer place for a safe injection site. And, you know, right now my views are it should not be in the downtown core. So right now it's terrible what's going on. We have security that run from 8 p.m. till 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the morning, 7 days a week, just because of the vandalism. We have to try and stop that. And again, I think it has a lot to do with the drug situation.
So speaking of that drug situation, I mean, based on my role, I've had the opportunity to work in Cambridge as well. I've done a lot of outreach and so on. So what's the situation there, based on what you know, with this drugs and homelessness and all of that in the downtown area? Like what is it that you're seeing and hearing there?
It's just a sad situation. We're not doing enough for the homeless people. We're not helping them get affordable housing. We're not helping them get back on their feet. We're allowing them, we're enabling them to stay in the mindset that they're in right now. And I'll tell you, it's not a good place to be, because there are people out there that do want to be helped, and yet they aren't being helped. And if I could help, you know, the old saying is it takes a village to raise a child. Sure. Well, it takes a feet. We all have to work together as a unit. If we don't work together as a unit, then it's just going to fall apart.
For sure, for sure. And so if I understand you correctly, it looks like you are in support of the safe injection site then, am I correct?
I'm not. No, I'm not in
hold on.
in favor of it.
Go ahead.
Okay. What we need to do is we need to find a safe injection site for the people who are requiring it. Because drugs are a problem. We cannot have injection sites in the downtown core. We just can't have that. My grandchildren, my children, your children, everybody's children, the businesses, everybody suffers. So we need to take that safe injection site and just move it a little further away. And it won't affect the downtown core as it is affecting it now.
I totally hear you. Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear you clearly. That's one reason I asked you that. So thank you for clarifying that. I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, as you know, I mean, there are 9 people running, and that is so. I mean, and you know, and tomorrow we will know the result. That there is no reason why. And you know, you never know what can go wrong along the way, right? But I'm hoping everything goes nice and smooth, so that tomorrow evening or so we'll find out who the winner is. Right? It could be very well be you as well. Because as far as I'm concerned, you have a ticket just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Right. And so the way I'm viewing it and the way I'm seeing it, you have equal chance just like everybody else. That's what it is. And so that's one of the reasons you're here, to share your viewpoint and things and what you stand for and all of that. And so the fact that we know that we have 9 people running, and I mean, at the end of the day, I guess we can say, it is a competition in the sense that everybody's competing with each other, because everybody, right? Everybody wants to win here. So what is it that you think set you apart from all the other candidates? What's unique about you, and what is it that you think people should look at and say, you know what, Sandra deserves my vote? What's your uniqueness?
I deserve your vote because everything that I believe in from my heart. I've been around. I've seen politics for 60 years. So I know the ups and the downs. I know the pros and the cons. When I say that I'm going to do something, I do it. And if we don't all work together, and remember, being in politics, I don't work for myself. I'm only one vote. I'm one person. All the rest of the people are the voters. They vote the person in. So hopefully they can understand where I'm coming from, because if I can get their vote, I can assure you that I will work for you. I will trust you, and I will take advice from anybody that comes to me. If you have a problem, if you see something that needs to be looked at, I can guarantee you, I will take that into consideration and I will work hard for you.
Fantastic. So if you don't mind, like, where the heck you have the energy from? Because you're so involved with so many different activities, and all of that. And I mean, and this is not something I usually do on the show here, but I'm pretty much sure you wouldn't mind. Like, when I look at you, I can see some preparedness, here.
Oh, yeah.
You look like the Queen of Cambridge.
I am. I am.
And I mean that. Go ahead.
My kids call me the Energizer Bunny. They all believe that I'm going to live to 150 because I can run circles around my 3 daughters and they just get tired watching me. But I have a limitless amount of energy that everywhere I go, I just bring that energy into the room, and I can get a crowd of people around me who are sitting there. It doesn't matter if they're children. I'm a children's entertainer. It doesn't matter if it's children or if it's seniors. I get them going and I make sure like they have a lot of fun. I do have an endless amount of energy, and I never smoke, don't drink, 90% vegetarian. I work out at Crunch Fitness almost every day. And they even tell me that instead of working out for 2 or 3 hours, Sandra, you need to bring it down and work out only an hour. And I go, no, but I enjoy it. And so that I've always had energy. I farmed in Saskatchewan for 25 years, born and raised in Hamilton. Moved back to Cambridge, been here for 15 years when my grandson was born. And I'll tell you, I make my grandchildren even tired. So I do have an unlimited amount of energy. And
I love it, Susan. I love it, Sandra. Go ahead.
And people, if you want to change, I'm your change, because we need this large amount of energy in politics. And I'm not afraid to speak up. I'm not afraid to take advice from people. I will take everything you give me and I will use it to make Cambridge a better place than what we have now.
Fantastic.
And I thank you, Narine, for that nice comment about the energy.
There's no question. I can feel that energy. I can feel it. I can see it. It's showing. The energy is there, and so I like to highlight pieces when I see it. That I think that's a habit of social workers to recognize strength. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just a habit, and I don't think it's a bad habit.
No, it's not a bad habit. And I'll tell you, it doesn't matter how old I am. I'll be 70 October 9th.
No.
Yeah, I'll be 70 on October 9th. And
no way. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. I was born October 9th, 1950. So don't hold that against me when you're voting, because I can guarantee you, if you met me, if you looked at me, if you had me in your room, I'd be putting other people, to shame, because that's the amount of energy that I carry. The aura that I carry around me is a positive, never negative.
I really have to say that you are blessed with a good genes. I never
Yeah.
thought, I'd never realized I'm going to have this kind of conversation here tonight. But that's the beautiful thing about our show. Very freestyle here. And, you mentioned about vegetarian piece. If you don't mind, can you share a little bit to us? Because I'm a vegetarian, and
Yeah.
and it's such a beautiful thing, to become a vegetarian. You mentioned something about 90% vegetarian. So what is it you're eating? KFC? Because I know somebody.
I do not go out and eat. It's funny that you say about vegetarianism,
Yeah.
because I was a farmer in Saskatchewan. We had 150 head of cattle, and I was not a vegetarian. I'll tell you, my daughter, who's Miss T, the Bubble Queen, is the one who really opened my eyes. And I had high cholesterol. Even though I was working out as much as I was, my cholesterol level didn't come down. And when I became a vegetarian, and I'll eat vegan food as well, I love it. I don't see any difference in, the vegetarian. I do see in the vegan to a degree, but what made me is when I say I'm 90 to 95%, I will eat the odd piece of chicken for the protein. That's it. I will not eat anything else. I grow my own vegetables. I'm 100% organic. Wheatgrass, my sunflower sprouts. I grow everything and I eat it. My garden is full of kale, full of every vegetable you can name, and I try and preserve that through freezing it. But I believe, I've got so many of my friends on eating kale. I don't preach it, but I just tell them that what they're eating is not really good for them. I think being a vegetarian, I don't take anything for cholesterol anymore. My cholesterol is perfect.
Awesome.
Everything, my blood pressure, perfect. I'm in the best health I've been in 20 years, 25 years. But all through my life, I've been an exercise fanatic. So I just think that the fast foods and all the grease, and people are just killing themselves, but it's their choice. And my choice is to be a vegetarian. And, that's just part of life.
No, I'm so glad that you took the time to share that, because
Yeah.
it's important. And I'm also a vegetarian, so I get excited when I hear these stories,
Yeah.
And so I guess I will have to stop by at your place when I go in Cambridge for some of his kale.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, but I do work out, and I got the muscles to prove it.
I have to give you credit for the exercising piece, because I know a lot of people, they're trying their best to eat a little bit healthier.
Yeah.
But they're not able to keep up or to maintain, or the motivation is not there, rather, when it comes to the exercising. And you mentioned something very interesting, that the exercising doesn't bother you. You want more of it, kind of thing. So it goes to show
I just
that
get
you're
an
motivated.
adrenaline rush. I don't have any problem with my knees. I go on the treadmill. I do everything at Crunch Fitness, and I'll tell you, it's changed my life, and I can keep up with the best of them. I even took my grandson and I start him with the weights, and he's lost about 12, 13 pounds. He's only 14, or he would be 15 December 31st, but he was getting a little bit pudgy, right? With the COVID, sitting at the computer and that. And I said, oh, well, when Crunch opens up, you're going to come with Nana. And where do I take him? I take him to Crunch, and I do the BMI, that's a body mass index. And it's like, it was just unreal how I seen the change in him. He's 6 feet 1 inch now.
Oh, he's a tall boy.
He's a tall boy for his age, and it's just, you know, I'm happy to do it because when I do go to Crunch, nobody there knows that I'm going to be 70 on Friday.
Wow, amazing.
They don't. They look at me and they go, "You're 7. You're going to be 70," and I go, "Yeah."
You know, I will have to have you on the show after this election thing. We will talk about, you know, something along that line, you eating healthy and,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and stuff, something along that line. When
Yeah.
we have time, I think it will benefit so many people because people need the motivation. Because
Yeah.
I was amazed that you as a 70-year-old or soon to be, you know, really encouraging your grandchild to really take control of
Yeah.
life physically and all of that. That's awesome. It's a good thing.
Well, I don't just encourage my
Yeah.
grandchild. I encourage a lot of children in the neighborhood. I
Excellent.
make what you call energy balls, and these kids don't even know what's all in it. But I'll tell you, everything perfect. I take 10 of them to me with the gym, and I can actually live off of what's in those little round energy balls. They're about the size of a meatball.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that's
I need some of those energy.
that's what I say at the gym. I say to the boys, you want an energy ball? You look kind of like you're,
Yeah.
you know, you need to be
Yes,
pumped up
yes.
a little bit.
For
And
sure.
and no, I could live off of them for days, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you have given us more than what we bargained
Yeah.
for, but I
Yeah.
took advantage to listen to that because it's extremely important, rich information, by the way. I mean, everything you shared, everything that you shared here extra for us definitely will benefit our viewers and listeners. I want you to know that I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Why not take the time though to remind people who are watching and listening? Because keep in mind, you and I may be deep into politics and we keep
I
track
know.
of everything, but
Yeah.
not everybody is doing the same thing. Why not remind people as to where they can go and vote and when? I know the voting day is actually tomorrow, but do remind them back of the timing and maybe the location, things like that.
Yeah. Well, it's at City Hall tomorrow, I think, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it's at City
Yeah.
Hall, and the timing, I think the time will be, I think up to 8 o'clock. I think around 10 to 8. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah.
Something along that line.
Yeah, I don't have anybody going and standing there to make sure that they are on the up and up. I just,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a trusting person. They asked me at the City Hall if I wanted to have somebody there, and I said, no need to have somebody stand there for 5 or 6 hours to make sure it's on the up and up. So if you vote for me, I appreciate it. I thank you. And, you know, hopefully I can be sitting in that next seat.
I know. No need to make it complicated if we don't have to, right?
No, I'm the less complicated person in life. I stay healthy. I stay happy. I love life. And, you know, I just have confidence in the human race. And what we will do together. And, you know, things will get better. Things will get better.
Awesome. You know, and you have to promise me one thing.
What's
if you were to win this election tomorrow,
Yeah.
you would have to join me back so we'll kind of celebrate and have a good
Yeah.
chat kind
Yeah.
of thing for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll have to. And by the way, I'll tell you something. Even though this is a bottle of water, and I know it's bad because it's plastic, but I filter my own water through a Berkey filtration system. And if you Google Berkey filtration system later on, it takes out all the impurities, the arsenic, everything. That water, when it comes out and I drink it, it's like me drinking my farm water back in Saskatchewan through my artesian well.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't drink tap water. I don't cook with tap water. I filter my tap water, and that's all I drink. Reverse osmosis, my daughter does, but this here is 100% good water through the Berkey filtration system.
Oh, wow.
I'm not getting paid to say that. I'm just saying, through being a vegetarian, if I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to take steps and to be healthy 100%, no matter what. And if that goes with my water, that goes with my water.
Of course. I mean, and when you think about it, we are all in control of our own lives.
Yeah.
So, the choices I make in my life will determine things,
Yeah.
that comes along the way. So if I make
Yeah.
healthy choices, then I'm going to experience that kind of benefit. One thing I'm happy to share with you, though, just I haven't been sick in 18 years. I have never
Me
had a
neither.
flu, never had a cold. I don't know what it feels like to have any of that in 18 years. The last time I had the flu was 18 years ago. So I'm happy to share that with you too.
And you know something? I never get the flu shot. I've never had the flu shot.
Same
And
here.
I just
Yeah.
never had the flu shot. I've never had a broken bone in my body. I've never had any illnesses. I felt good. I mean, we all have our
Of course.
days when, we're just, but I just go to the gym and work that out.
Good for you. I'm
Come
so
back energized. So
I'm so glad. You actually inspired me here tonight. I can tell you
yeah,
that for sure.
great.
I usually do well because of the COVID situation.
Yeah,
The gym, and most of them don't
Yeah.
operate or they have some restriction. But I
Yeah.
have not a complete thing, but I have a little bit of something at home that I usually do. But I have to tell
Yeah.
you, it makes a difference doing it and not doing it. I can tell you
Yeah.
that much. When
Yeah.
you don't do it, you can just feel a difference. When you do it, then the motivation start to build up there too. And now you motivate me even more.
Yeah, saying you're going to do it and not doing it
Yeah.
are two
Yeah.
different things. So
Absolutely.
hopefully I motivated you enough to get out there and do something, even if you do jumping jacks in your backyard,
Absolutely.
do touch your toes, do whatever you can, stand against the wall, push against the wall. That's good. Get your children there. Let your child sit on your back while you're doing some push-ups. That'll add an extra 30, 40 pounds to your push-up weight.
Absolutely, for
My
sure.
husband used to do that to my children, right?
And I want you
So
to know that you're not only motivating me with the extra pieces you're sharing, but you're motivating the many people who are watching
yeah,
and listening. And
I
that is
hope so.
a beautiful thing for sure. And so
I
so-
hope everybody that's out there listening stays happy, healthy, keep fit, and eat food in moderation. Whatever your choices are, eat it in moderation. But of course, number one, exercise and stay positive.
absolutely.
Sit back in your chair and just, breathe deep, think of the ocean, whatever soothes your soul. That's what's going to happen. And remember, we all may look different on the outside, but on the inside, we're 100% identical. So we are the caretakers of our body, whether it be outside or inside. We are the caretakers of the body that we have been given.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Susan, I really appreciate you sharing, your experience in terms of your, the things that you have been doing actually. You're sharing it with us openly, which is a beautiful thing. I wasn't expecting you to be so open and honest with us there, which is a beautiful thing. So we have gotten more what we bargained for because we wanted to, of course, highlight you and letting people know that you are one of the candidates, unique candidate, by the way, running for the by-election tomorrow. What will it mean to you? Let's say you were to win this thing tomorrow, in 24 hours from now. Let's say, the result came out and you were to win it. What will it mean to you knowing that, people believe in you and you have an opportunity to have your say and your vote will be counted toward things that you believe in? What would it mean to you if you were to win?
It would mean everything. It would mean that people have faith in humanity. People have trust in what I say and what I do. And I can't even, I couldn't even begin to tell you what it would mean the world to me. Just to know that what I've said.
You're not going to stop exercising if you were to win this thing or anything like that. You're
I'm
not.
not going to stop exercising. I'm not going to stop. No, I'll
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just, of course.
never.
Uh-huh.
I will buy myself a travel berkey so I can filter my own water, and I will never stop. I'll be a vegetarian till the day I die. What I do now is how I've lived my life, all my life. And what I've given you a little tidbit of a little bit of what I've done in my life.
And yes,
I could write a book about my whole
and
life.
and we appreciate that. That's one of the things we do on our show here. We really try to get to know the individual and all of that, not try to make it too structured. So one thing I want to ask you before you go, though, all of us have had challenges in life, different times and so on. Despite the fact that all of us, we've had challenges in life, there's still things we can look back and be grateful for. What are some of the things you are grateful for in your life?
I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the life I had in Saskatchewan. I'm grateful for my parents for bringing me into the world. My parents died at 95 and 94, and it was just old age that killed them. So, I have that longevity gene, and hopefully, I'm grateful for how I was raised. I was raised with morals, with values, to keep my dignity and to be true to myself, and never. My grandmother used to always say, never point your finger at somebody, because when you point your finger at somebody, remember, honey, there's always 3 fingers pointing right back at you. So I remember that. And, at 70 years old, I still remember those childhood memories. Yeah, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for everything.
Fantastic.
Every second of the day that I breathe. Grateful for everything. There's nothing that I can say that I haven't had a challenge. There's no, my mind is just going a mile a minute just to see, what I could change about my life. There would be nothing. I probably should have been a vegetarian a lot sooner than later, but I was very healthy, very energetic, pitched on a baseball team, played hockey, Canada's 5-pin bowling champion. These are things that you don't know about me. That's how energetic I was. So no, I can't say that I regret anything.
Based on the information you share, it looks like I'm talking about the strong gene that runs into the family. And based on what I'm seeing, because you are 70, there's no question that we are going to see Sandra for a long time, which is a beautiful thing. And so
I'm gonna walk down. Well, it's funny. It's funny because of our entertainment business and my daughter's Miss T, the Bubble Queen. Because of that, we walk down the street sometimes in Galt or in Toronto or Mississauga or Milton or Hamilton, Stony Creek, wherever. They go, I know you. And I go, yeah, how? Say, well, you do bubbles, right? And I go, yeah. You do face painting, right? I go, yeah. You painted my face. You made me a big balloon. So we are noticed, but this side of me, I'm retired. I'm retired from that. And this is the avenue that I want to go, because I believe that, we need to make a difference in Ward 7 to help, not just Ward 7, but all of Cambridge. But right now it's just Ward 7. And we need the affordable housing. We need the to take Galt back. We need to make it safer. We need to do whatever it takes to make people happy. And if I can get any feedback from people, that'd be great. I'm for it. Just sit down, talk about things that you want to have changed. From the people that I've talked to, I played darts on Friday at the Legion. The things that there's people that actually play in Hessler that live in Galt, and they are the ones that brought, are you for affordable housing? Are you for this? Are you for that? And I told them, I had a grandfather who died in a war. I'm an Army brat. So I was raised in that environment, and I see where it's gone, where it was and where it's gone. And it's kind of shameful because I am from an Army military family, and Navy, Army, all of it. And my dad taught at the James Street Armories down on James Street in Hamilton, up until he was, I think, 75. And, that experience, my dad loved what he did. And I think how my parents raised me is, if you love what you do, continue to do it, because you will be the happiest person on earth if you love what you do. And everything I do, I love what I do. There's not one thing that when I leave my house that I say, oh, I got to go work. I got to go set up darts, for the seniors. No, I go there starts at 1:30. I'm there at 12:30, and I'm setting up and I'm practicing. They all come in early. Everybody's happy to see me. And, I'm just grateful that I've had the opportunity to do as much as I've done in my life. And I'll keep on doing it. You'll see me at 85 and I'll be the same person. I won't change. I'll still have the smile on my face. I'll still have the get up and go. And, I will always appreciate everything
Fantastic.
that
Absolutely.
that I've received in my life through positive thinking.
I have to tell you, Sandra, I love your style. I love your energy. I love your passion. You're such a positive person. There's no question about that. I can see why people love you. You are needed in the community, regardless where you are, whether it be Ward 7, out of the Cambridge, it doesn't matter where you are. You are just a bubbly, friendly, unique individual. We need more people like you. There's no question about that. The way you have been talking to me here, as if we've known each other for decades, and that goes to show how special you are. You're just I'm so glad that I reach out to you. I can tell
and
you
we connected. Can I tell you a little story?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Is when they had the election for the mayor of the city of Cambridge, I had everybody at the center, all the centers begging me. They were going to take up a collection for me. I think it was $200 or $250 where you had to join. They wanted me to run for mayor. 200. They wanted me to run for mayor. And I said, run for mayor? Are you kidding me? They said, yeah, you've got the gift of gab. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. And I said, no. But when Ward 7, when Mr. Montario passed away, and they came to me and they said, okay, you've got to run for Mr. Montero's seat. Like, this is just crazy. You wouldn't take our offer because we know you and we know what kind of person you are. You declined going for the mayor's seat, but you have to at least give it a try. And I said, okay. So anyway, so that's how that came about, is because my vision was the same as it is now as it was back then.
Well, thank you for sharing that story. It looks like the two of us have something in common, because the same way the Cambridge people reach out to you and encourage you to run for mayor in Cambridge.
I know, yeah.
We had the Kitchener people reach out to me and ask me to run for mayor Kitchener, and at first I told them no.
Yeah. So you and I, right?
Right. Yeah. And then I give it a good thought, and we went back and forth, and I ended up do it.
Good for you.
But I hear what you're saying. So that's nice that people recognize something special, unique in you, and that's a special thing. Because because people saw your uniqueness, and there's nothing more special than that. When everyday people, the people in the community, it's a form of recognition. And so nice that they've seen you that way, and I get it, and I can understand why they have reached out to you, because you are special. There's no question about that. I'll give you the opportunity now to say any last minute thing you would like to say, whether that be to the people or any story you want to share, anything along that line. But to the viewers and listeners, do remember that tomorrow is the election, the by-election, that is, in Cambridge. It's for Ward 7, that is 9 candidates running to grab that seat. And
Yeah.
of course, Sandra, who is with us right now, is one of the 9 candidates. I personally like to wish you really well. And I'm so glad. One of the beautiful thing of me doing the show here, I get to meet amazing, 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 amazing people. And you are just one of those ones that I will never forget you, Sandra, because you're such a unique person. And we'll find a way to stay connected. But take it away. And any last minute thing you would like to share with the viewers and listeners, take the opportunity to do so.
Well, I just like to thank. Oh,
yeah, you go ahead. I'm here.
there you are. Okay. I would just like to say thanks, Narine, for reaching out to me. I was saddened that I couldn't be at the debate in Kitchener. I had a previous engagement that I could not get out of, and it had to be the entertainment part of it. And if you give me enough time, I could talk all night. At least that's what some of my people that I hang around with always say. Mm-hmm. Sandra's got the gift of gab. But no, I'm excuse me. I speak from my heart. What I say, what my word is my bond. And in politics, it's pretty hard to try and find the right avenue or the right person to vote for, because they're saying what you want to hear. And yet when it comes down to it, do they really follow through with all of their promises? That's one thing that you gotta understand. When you run for something and you promise something, I've always lived my life and I've raised my kids the same way. If you promise something, you better follow through. At least if you can't follow through, there better be a good reason why you can't follow through. I never break a promise. I will work hard. I will work for you, because that's who I work for. I'm not working for me. I'm sitting in a seat to represent Ward 7. And if I can sit in that seat and represent every one of you from Ward 7 on anything that you want me to debate about, I will do that. That is my promise to you, and I will work hard for that. And all I ask of you is you put the little check mark by Sandra Lemieux, and hopefully everything will work out. But I want to say to everybody in Cambridge and around Canada, stay safe. COVID is here, and we need to take responsibility. Maintain your social distancing, and be well. And thank you.
Fantastic. So don't go anywhere. Just stay right there. Okay. Don't go anywhere until I give you the okay to leave.
You still want to look at this face?
Yes, that's for sure. So my dear fellow listeners, as we are approaching the end of tonight's program, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for tuning in to Let's Chit Chat with Narine Dat. We are going to have another episode in 36 minutes. We have another guest, an entertainer, by the way, from the US. They will be joining us, so it will be a little bit different than politics. But Sandra know me by now too, that I love my politics and social development work and community work. So we always bring everybody on here whenever possible. So on behalf of myself and the lovely, smart, bubbly, Sandra, both of us would like to join together and wish you a great today and even a better tomorrow. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Narine.
Yeah, no problem.
Do I leave or?
No, you stay right there.
Okay.